Should film critics really exist? I think the answer is a little bit complicated. There's an interview with this really great actor Ethan Hawke where he talks about how he doesn't really believe in high art versus low art. He believes that there's movies that were made with a passion and movies that were made with the intention of making as much money as possible. And I really couldn't agree more. I don't think these things are always completely exclusive to one another. There's been plenty of times where like a studio is like, oh, we can make a lot of money off of this franchise, make something out of that, and then some really creative, really passionate people make a brilliant masterpiece out of something that you've heard of before. It's happened so much that I want to make a whole video about it. Within the industry, I think it's less about good movies versus bad movies as much as it is about passion projects versus cash grabs. I think the most important thing that a film critic can do is differentiate which category the movie that they're talking about falls into. I'm not saying disregard everything else, because everyone's going to have their preferences and there are things that can be objectively better or worse about each film. But I think the important thing is, were they trying to make something good or were they trying to make money? I've said that a lot of times now. There's this animated family film called The Mitchells vs. the Machine. Now if you've watched this movie, you can probably tell that the people who made this movie really cared about it. The story feels really personal, the characters feel really purposeful. From what I can tell, it's a gorgeous movie made by beautiful people, but also I didn't like it. Me personally, I didn't have a good time. But who am I to get on here and say, hey, none of you should ever see this movie, it's a pile of garbage? Because I don't believe that for a second. I think this movie's probably done some wonderful things for people who are not me. Now if I were a film critic, I wouldn't be doing my job by explaining it this way. I would have to hop on here and give you a number score and tell you I didn't like this movie because X, Y, and Z. I would break it down in the most awful, evil, cynical way I possibly could. But what kind of a monster would that make me, huh? You know when it is okay to do that? With little cash grabs that are worthless like this one. Do you think The Incredibles 2 happened because some creative genius was like, I have a really good story that I want to tell using the cast of The Incredibles? No, that movie happened because some Disney overlord was sitting in his office one day and went, you know what would make a lot of fucking money right now? So they pooped out this piece of garbage that will be a stain on the legacy of The Incredibles forever. And you know why I'm comfortable saying all that? Because I don't think there were many people involved in The Incredibles 2 who were like, this right here is gonna be a world-changing masterpiece. This right here is why I got into the business, to make movies like this. No, they weren't. But a movie like Mitchells vs. the Machines? No big overlord forced anyone to make that. It's special because it's unique and it was risky and someone made it because they wanted to. And who am I to put a film like that down? Another really important thing that Ethan Hawke talked about in his interview is that everything has become a competition. You gotta see the score on everything. You gotta know which movie was better than the other movies. In reality, it really shouldn't have to be a competition. I just watched Glass Onion, which was a continuation of the Knives Out universe. Now, Knives Out, in my humble opinion, is a masterpiece. I've watched it several times and it's easily in my top 10, if not my top 5 movies of all time. Now, Glass Onion was also a really fun movie. The thing is, if I were to give each of these movies a number score, I would have to give Glass Onion a significantly lower one. I would have to put it down. And that just doesn't feel like a right thing to do, because Glass Onion was a really fun movie made by people who obviously enjoyed making it. I was entertained watching that movie from start to finish, with one of the most endearing leads that I've ever seen. It easily hooks you emotionally, has you rooting for a character that you've never even seen or heard of before, and it's even rather self-aware in how some aspects of the mystery are stupid. It knows when it should and shouldn't take itself seriously, and it's just a really good movie overall. But compared to Knives Out is a masterclass on all fronts and does nothing wrong. Fight me. But who am I to compare the two? But a film critic would have to strongly advise you that, hey, this ain't no Knives Out, baby. So what am I saying? Am I saying that film critics are little stuck-up losers who should go jump off a bridge because they're worthless? No, I do enjoy reading and even watching critic stuff sometimes. One of my favorite things to do is listen to someone talk about something that they love. And one of my favorite places to go for that is to go watch a Donkey review on any Nintendo game. Listening to him rave on and on about how these things are so perfect and how much he loves them and all the aspects of why never gets old to me.
For real, if you can play this game and not feel some kind of emotion come over you, wipe yourself off, man, because you are dead.
There's something beautiful about seeing a critic find so much joy and love in something, like in Ratatouille. At the same time, the reverse can be true. It's also really fun to watch someone just absolutely tear into a completely soulless project that really shouldn't exist. And my favorite place to go for that is YMS's review on the new Space Jam movie.
It is your duty as a citizen of planet Earth to ensure that this never happens again. 1 out of 10. Thank you, goodbye.
Also never gets old. In conclusion, I think in my attempt to bring a unique take on this subject and be a disruptor, I think I just revealed myself to be a hypocritical shithead. Do we need film critics? Kinda. I think there should be someone that holds soulless garbage cash grabs accountable, and who better than film critics to try and convince Disney to stop making live-action remakes? Nobody wants those. Give us new stuff, please. But it's a double-edged sword, because the same people who take down films like that are going to be firing shots at passion projects that were just made because someone wanted to make them. Am I gonna stop criticizing every movie I watch? Probably not. But do I think my opinion on every movie I watch is above all others, and if I don't enjoy something, no one else should either? Absolutely not. If you love something, don't let anyone else tell you that you shouldn't. If you think Mitchell's vs. the Machines was the best movie ever made, then you're absolutely right. It is, because that's what it means to you. It's not a competition. You don't have to tear something down to build something else up. Enjoy what you want to enjoy, and more importantly, make what you want to make. If you're a little filmmaker out there and you're scared to put your passion project into the world because a bunch of people are going to be mean, just do it anyway. Feel free to criticize my criticism of film critics, especially because I'm clearly a hypocrite. Okay, bye-bye.